Your son is a local rec player and starting to really develop a deep passion for the sport of baseball. And his skill sets are starting to really come together. Travel programs are asking you to come and play, and it costs you a little bit of money. How do you navigate the business of youth baseball? Get to ask this question quite a bit. And before I answer this question, I want you to go down, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, share the channel with your baseball friends, your baseball community, and your baseball family. I'm going to be answering questions like this on an ongoing basis throughout 2025. And one of the questions that I get, especially this time of year with regard to, okay, there's a season up ahead. My son has an opportunity to play for a couple of travel teams. Is it worth it? Is it worth the investment? Let's start with what is the purpose of travel baseball? It really does not create any what I call elite opportunities between the ages of, say, 8 through 15. It's more about the business of you're going to miss out. It's better competition. There's better facilities, better amenities, and better coaching. While in some cases that may be true, the number one thing that you have to do as parents is balance. You're the mediator between fun and development. And there can be a blend of both, but you really want to make sure, is your young athlete enjoying the sport? Are they really engaged in developing a passion for the sport? You know, when we start talking about travel baseball, they play games or tournaments for the sake of being able to turn to parents at the end of the year and play, hey, we played 40 games, so you're getting more bang for your buck. Are you really getting more bang for your buck? And as I've stated several times in the past, the key to development at 8 through 15, what I call the youth of youth baseball, is really about repetitions that can be done at home, at a local playground, ballpark, etc., local teams. Repetition leads to retention. The other piece of this is understanding that your student athletes at younger ages, the more baseball they watch with older participants, whether that be American Legion, high school baseball, college baseball, and obviously professional baseball, the more they're going to internalize. And emulation is the foundation of all great athletes. So you really have to understand, what are you getting for the bang for your buck with regard to, business of youth baseball and travel baseball. And I want to make sure that I emphasize to parents, do not run away from. Some dads played college baseball. Some dads played professional baseball. The term dad baseball gets a bad rap. And I understand its orientation with regard to someone that may not have been involved in the game and they suddenly want their son to have more opportunities than they may have had. That's a part of the equation, but it's not the total equation. And what I want parents to understand is 8 through 14 or 15 is about skill set development, baseball IQ, baseball acumen, or baseball passion. And then the next thing that will happen is that physical maturation piece that occurs between the ages of 13 to 19. And so from a travel ball perspective, what you as parents want to look for is this: who is doing the coaches? Do they the coaching? Do they know how to run a practice? Are they game heavy, or are they more practice orientated? Is there more of a development piece, or is it a big tournament piece? And you really want to see about the rotation with regard to players, meaning anything more than 13 players on a team at the younger ages is going to lead with, you're going to get a lot of disappointment. You really want there to be that 12 to 13 or 14 players maximum, so that all players can learn to see the field from all positions between the ages of 8 to 14 or 15. The next thing you want to do is you don't really need to do a lot of traveling. I get it from a social perspective. Parents like to socialize with other parents, and they like to see maybe regional areas around them. I'm from New England, and so we could play baseball, Rhode Island, New Hampshire. But at the end of the day, putting a student athlete in a car for 2, 3, 4 hours on a weekend to go play a 6 or 8 a.m. game. And yes, there are 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. games in some tournaments across the country. I'm never a big proponent of that. We don't ask professional college or high school players to play at 8 a.m. I don't think we should be doing that for the sake of squeezing games in to younger student athletes. The next thing is, if you're asked to buy expensive equipment or expensive apparel, all of that is just kind of like fluff. It's more from a business perspective than it has a purpose. The purpose of youth baseball should be about practice, repetitions, coaching and development, an understanding of the game. The game IQ is getting developed, and allowing the creativity of young athletes to be expressed between the lines, whether that's just be with their friends or their peer groups. But with travel ball being so restrictive and the emphasis on winning, there's not a lot of emphasis on development with regard to let's try this play. Think of the Derek Jeter play in the hole as far as trying to jump and throw or possibly turning a double play. Travel baseball should be fun. It should be a well-coached for development purpose and not a tournament and game-heavy emphasis. I'd like to know your thoughts on this topic. Please leave the comments or questions down below. Again, please share the channel with your baseball community, your family and friends, and thank you for watching.